exercise on. Make sure you walk. You make sure at least 2 days out of a week, 3 days out of a week. Start off like that. You walk around your block, you walk around your streets, you walk around your hood, cleaning, just the heart pumping. All you gotta do. We don't want too much. We want to just keep the heart pumping. Welcome. to Fair Newsology, where I'm going to go get the latest breaking news and throw it in your face. Ain't gonna do nothing but tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, truth. We got some interesting topics today. These topics will bring light to your world. Let's talk about that government shutdown. Let's talk about mamas. And we're going to talk about a program plan they had with these projects. We're going to get into these things. And we're going to make sure that this truth is in your face so you can never say you didn't know. You can never say you didn't know. You can't say it because Bear brought it to you. Braille brought it to you and brought it to you the way you like it. And going to continue to bring this news to you the way you like it, just in case you missed it. Just in case you didn't want to see it at that time. Just in case you didn't want to be bothered with no news at that moment. But now you do. And Bear's going to bring it to you. Huh? So let's get into this shutdown, y'all. Let's see what is they gonna keep it shut down? Or is it just down for the moment? Let's see what they gonna do, y'all. Because it looked like some people was in trouble.
Mass firings now underway. Day 10 now of the government shutdown. President Trump making good on his threat to fire federal workers. What are now underway? Day 10 now of the government shutdown. Massive firings now underway. Day 10 now of the government shutdown. President Trump making good on his threat to fire federal workers.
Day 10, y'all. And some people is losing their jobs.
What we know so far, who's affected? Mary Bruce at the White House.
Day 10 of the government shutdown and with no end in sight. Tonight, President Trump making good on his threat to fire federal workers, sparking confusion and fear. The layoffs announced in a tweet. The president's budget director, Russ Vought, posting that the reductions in force have begun, sending workers scrambling.
It'll be a lot of people.
The White House hasn't said which programs will be targeted or how many workers will ultimately be fired.
All programs need to be targeted. 60% of them program members need to be fired.
ABC News learned tonight layoffs are now happening at the Departments of Education, Health and Human Services, and Treasury. The administration has argued they have to fire workers to afford to keep essential government services up and running, but layoffs have never been required in any previous shutdown. The president himself has been more blunt, saying the shutdown presents an unprecedented opportunity to cut more agencies. And seeking to up the pressure on Democratic lawmakers, he said he will only target Democratic programs.
These are largely people that the Democrats want. Many of them will be fired.
The firings now underway as federal workers are starting to feel the financial impacts of this shutdown. Today, most federal workers receiving only a partial paycheck, their last paycheck until the government reopens. Starting next week, 2 million military service members will get no paycheck at all. And the president has suggested some workers may not get back pay when this is all over. And David, as these mass layoffs were getting underway today, the president went for a physical at Walter Reed, even though he just had his annual exam back in April. And it comes just months after the White House revealed the president has chronic venous insufficiency that can cause swelling, and said the bruises often seen on his hand are due to soft tissue irritation. But the president downplaying today's visit, insisting he's in great health. David.
They know they're wrong. They had to end that with the reptilian condition. Leave my Trump alone, man. Of course, he's old. Of course, he's going to have some condition. And listen, the shutdown, shut it down, happened because Democrats, the people that what's his name, Sleepy Biden, go to sleep, my baby, go to sleep, Biden, go to sleep, Biden. The reason why this is shut down is because all those people over there that he was starting wars with or finishing wars with, and they finishing treaties because we're the best military in the world, Craig. Let's give it up to our military. All of them, the Army, the Air Force, the Marine, the Navy, the sharpshooters, the cooks, the boot washers, everybody that's a service member of our military. I thank you. And everybody that's watching, thanks you. So when Biden was sending him and Miss Pamela Harris, Miss Pamela Harris, I've been saying that she's not a brother, a sister. And she's for them so-called Eastern Indians. So-called. But y'all have to understand when them people come over here, they're Asian. So all those little countries, remember Afghanistan, I believe it was? All those people that got on those planes that was out there, all those people that came over here, this is where our resources and our jobs went to. Everybody that came over here and got on that plane, once they leave their soil, they got documents showing that they're American citizens. So when the Democrats said, I want Medicaid for all the Americans, Trump do not want Medicaid, Medicare plans and everything going to these Americans, people that lost their job, Americans lost their jobs. It was them. So why not support? They shouldn't have came over here in the first place without our permission. So we're giving them a free ride back. We got them a free ride over here. Give them a free ride back. Huh? Get up for Trump. Give it up. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm half street, half oligarchy. I'm not Democrat or Republican, but I've been watching Trump since the lifestyle, rich, famous, Larry King lies. You go watch Trump back then. You might understand what he's doing now. It's only something that he said he was gonna do if he ever get in office. I don't know what you're mad at. We the brown Indians that's other streets now used to be Republicans anyway. Until the Democrats came in and overturned. Go get your shield. I'm half oligarchy, half street. And I'm gonna tell you this: support Trump if you're gonna support anything, anybody. Of course, the House have to give the Democrats certain little bills. So like vote no on Prop 50. That don't have nothing to do with us. That was something that was actually put together um, through legislation, and we don't have no say so in a lot of the petitions in Prop 50. As a matter of fact, let's turn California into a Republican state. Huh? Bear say, let's leave California out of politics But if we're going to go political, go Republican. Bears trying to make it where California is own country anyway. Let's make this our own country. California, great again. That's what I'm talking about. California. Let's make California great again. So things won't come upon like this. This tragic thing won't be upon. And one of the tragic things that I'm talking about is like projects planning to destroy my brothers and sisters, my ancestors, my daddy, my mama. You put programs together to destroy us. You put projects together to destroy us. And that's not cool. We thinking that we are going to be living in homes and everything, but the supplies that you're giving us is no better than the supplies you get to animals. And we're greater than animals, ain't we? Oh, no. I forgot the Jim Crow law, the 2/3. Listen, I'm a god. I'm not even human anyway. Hey, huh? I'm a god anyway, so it doesn't matter who you think is human or 2/3, 3/4, 5 to 7, 8 human and everything. They ain't got nothing to do with me. And it don't have nothing to do with a lot of my people out there that thinking what they thinking and not knowing that they thinking is not what they should be thinking, but they thinking it. Hmm? These plannings and pre-plannings and artilleries gotta go. They gotta go. Get his bag and get the hell out. Get it up out of here. You know, I'm gonna go with these projects right now. I'm gonna do an episode on the 5 projects that are in Los Angeles. Excuse me, because I was born in Watts at a hospital called Killer King. How you gonna name my hospital Killer King? Oh, 'cause they used to kill anything that walk up in there. So I'm gonna do my 5 projects: the Nixon Gardens, the PJs, the Hacienda Village, the Jordan Downs Grape Streets, and the Pueblos. Them are my 5 units. Them are 5 districts right there that should be controlling what? Them are the 5 heads. But right now, I'm gonna go down here into Chicago. Because remember, I'm here only for 5 states. I wish my network, my airing will only hit 5 states. I don't even want to go all over the world. I don't need it to go any other place than these 5 states: California, Arizona, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma, Illinois, and Michigan. Those 2 states, Chicago and Detroit. Hmm? So we're gonna talk about a planning out there in Chicago, a planning the plan, the project plan, because it's a project. They call it a project not because it's a joint unit, it's because it's a project that they plan to do the project on. And that experiment of them projects is you, my brothers and sisters. But remember, when I'm talking about these situations, there's no color bond. There's no color. There's no boundary of color. We have Mexicans in the projects. We have white folks in the projects. We have brown people in the projects. The brown people, what y'all call black people, are Indians. We're the true Indians that are in these projects that they experiment and project and planning projects on. Huh? Gotta give me a grape on that. Love to grapes. Much love to the grapes. Bo Peep. Hmm? Butler. Much love to the grapes. But so we're gonna go to Chicago and show you the project plan that they plan to do. The project backfired on them, and now they're trying to exterminate the area with these foreigners and give them all our resources. That's what he's fighting right now. And Trump is fighting, and like it's shut down because no, I ain't gonna give these people our true American resources. Remember, you were saying those Native Alaskans people. There's no Native Americans. Not a sustain is a Native American. They're my Native Alaskans. They're taking our resources, and we want to sit here and go back and forth on who's who and what God to serve. The things that we need to sustain life today, we're allowing other people to take our resources. We can't blame nobody. Got to blame ourselves. Huh? So let's get into this project planning that they do. And we're going to go over here to the Robert Taylor home in Chicago. Chirac. Chi-Town. I love Chicago. Never been there. And I hope the brothers welcome me and bring me there. But I want to go to Chicago.
Robert Taylor Homes, Chicago, Illinois. Robert Taylor Homes opened in 1962 with 16 high-rises and 27,000 residents, of whom over 70% were children.
Did you just, wait a minute, did you say, hold on, 27,000 residents? 27, and they filled up. They say 70% was children of these projects on. So who they was experimenting on? The children. They was feeding the adults the drugs and the alcohol and the polluted food while they experimenting on the children.
1,000 residents, of whom over 70% were children. A few years after the homes opened, the situation quickly deteriorated. According to the Chicago Housing Authority, CHA, portions of the project were the worst slums in the country. A particularly awful section of the complex, known as the Hole, was controlled by the Mickey Cobras, which frequently engaged in turf wars with rivals, the Gangster Disciples. It has been reported that Mickey Cobras recruit children as young as 12 years old. As a public housing development on the south side of Chicago, the Robert Taylor Homes were once the largest in the nation. A total of 4,415 units were built in these 24 16-story high-rises, named after Robert Taylor, the first black student to enroll at Massachusetts Institute.
These high rises. Look at them, y'all. These look like prison units, jail units. I mean, the county jail. That's what they built. This is the county jail outside the county jail. 27,000 people. 24, was it 24 units? No, 16.
Rises, named after Robert Taylor.
24 unit, 16 high rises, something like that. But the name that they gave it was a very successful brother. So let's letting you know that they're projecting a program in these projects, and this project that they projecting in the program is going to be successful.
The first black student to enroll at Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1888.
Renault Robinson, a young South Side cop. He knows Robert Taylor like nobody's business. He has a vision. He knows what Robert Taylor homes are, but what they can be for those who live in them.
Okay, I have a feeling that we can.
Let me look y'all into your face. I want y'all to be very, 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 very wise when it comes to this man right here. Some good intentions, but I'm gonna let you know that if he stood out like this, he's dirty. If he took a risk like this, because the things that he's talking about is going to go against the precinct because the precinct is sit there to monitor and maintain the program. So if anybody going against the program or exposing the program that the program is planned to do, oh, they going to be monetized too. So in order for him to do this, he had to been part of the plan to program.
Reform this housing to the extent that we can make people whole again and give them a lease on life that they don't have now, which is something that's very important. If we give these people health care, perfect schools, all of the city services that they're supposed to receive, decent housing, good elevators, the whole bit, what you end up with is less people who are plagued with problems and less problems on the government.
We hear about crime in the area.
There's absolutely an incredible amount of crime in this area. And the reason that the crime is so great is because there is, on the part of the authorities, the police and other city agencies, there's no real focus on prevention. None. If in the loop downtown.
And that is a part of the program. There's no solution but to finish what we started to do. We're not going to put anything to prevent what we started to do.
In other areas, there's a focus on prevention, right? There are police officers on the corner, there are policemen walking the street, there are policemen stationed in places. Have you seen one policeman over here?
It was also plagued by poor infrastructure and inadequate maintenance. Elevators kept failing, forcing people to exit between floors. Accidents were common. Firemen were unable to reach the 14th floor in time to save 3 children because of a broken elevator.
And I guarantee you nobody got prosecuted for that. Who went to jail? Them babies didn't deserve that. Who went to jail?
One incident. During the 1990s, Chicago's crime rate was at a high, but the Robert Taylor homes were like a hellish world of criminal activity all to themselves. More than 10% of people living in the Taylor projects in 1993 were victims of violent crimes like sexual assault, murder, shooting, or robbery. The Robert Taylor homes were among the poorest houses in the country during their time. It was reported in 1999 that 95% of the 20,000 residents of housing development were unemployed and relied solely on public assistance. In Chicago, there is a high rate of violent crime and gang activity in the Robert Taylor homes because of its poverty. More than half of the former residents of the Robert Taylor homes were still waiting for replacement housing promised by the CHA despite demolition of the homes beginning in 2002.
Out of her van or her station wagon. You know what I'm saying? This is my little soldier right here. His name Randy. He's my first officer. Come here, Randy. Front and center.
What? Let me give it to you. Now, this Islamic brother, salam alaikum. This Islamic brother, I'm pretty sure is a part of the nation, and I'm knowing good and well that the brother have good intentions. Huh? Always have good intentions. When you're dealing with the nation, your intentions is supposed to be good. And I haven't seen not one brother out of the Nation of Islam did anything with bad intentions. I haven't. But this right here is something is a part of the program of separation, separating our brothers and sisters. Now he's finna go grab one. And then another young man is finna going to do something that he feel that is disrespectful. Instead, he talking to that young man and giving him Islam. And I mean salam. I'm sorry, not Islam, salam. Instead of giving him salam, he disrespecting back. So that's a lower vibration. These are one of the programs that they had for our people is to turn ourselves against ourselves. Right.
This is my soldier. We starting a little organization over here called BOI, B-O-I. It's called Boys of Islam. You know, just for an example, you know, I'm teaching them knowledge of self, knowledge of others, and knowledge of, get your little gang banging ass on, and knowledge of other people.
Okay, so what happened? He turned around, get your little gang banging a home. Instead of giving them some knowledge and recruiting them into his information to help, if he there to help, why he do them? Like he just gang banged on them.
And knowledge of, get your little gang banging ass on, and knowledge of other people. All right? Now, who's the original man?
The original man is the Asiatic black man.
The original man is the one that you just told get your them are original man. Look at
And knowledge of, get your little gang banging ass on.
that's original man.
And knowledge of other people. All right? Now, who's the original man?
The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the only, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe.
So he know what, that's just a little example of what I'm doing over here in the Robert Taylor. You know what I'm saying? All right, come on this way.
You didn't do nothing good. Your good was evilly spoken of. That wasn't good. You're going to downgrade them instead of helping them? Them the brothers that need the help. This young man just need guidance. Them people, them little brothers need help. They the first man. And the Asiatic, I ain't going to get into that right now. That's senseless. But he just stooped down to their level instead of giving them some game, planting some jewels to them. That's a part of the program of the project that's planned in the projects of their programs. And there's no prevention. There's nothing going to stop them. They Robert Taylor, they successful. Successful. And also part of the program is mind control, mind training, mind things that will put you in a situation and implement some megahertz to your brain to make you do some unusual things. We have a young lady. This young lady birthed 4 children and eliminate them all. Sad to say, peace and love to those children. Peace and love to the family of those children. And also, it have to been a real demonic cloud over your energy, or you just came here to do what you do. You was born like that. It might have been your mission to get rid of those babies like that. Huh? Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it.
Unimaginable, shooting her own children, killing 2 of them. And Texas is accused of the unimaginable, shooting her own 4 children, killing 2 of them.
And Alaya Ruiz with our sister station in Houston got a hold of court documents revealing what that woman told deputies while in jail.
My bad. She shot all 4 of them and only 2 passed.
Documents are painting a disturbing picture of what may have led to the deaths of 2 young children, allegedly at their hands of their own mother. 31-year-old Oninda Romelius is accused of shooting all 4 of her children early Saturday morning. Investigators say she drove nearly an hour from her home in Porter to this gas station in Angleton and then called 911.
We need multiple ambulances.
You can hear the officers' urgency as they uncover a tragic scene. 13-year-old Okero Covington had been killed, and 3-year-old Amara Chappelle also died in the back seat.
We're doing first aid. We're doing everything we can.
Officers rushed to help the two surviving children, 9-year-old Kyle Romelius and 8-year-old Traviel Donner. Both were airlifted to Memorial Hermann Hospital fighting for their lives. Meanwhile, their mother was taken into custody, and what she allegedly told investigators is chilling. When asked why she called 911, court documents said she told investigators, instead of them doing it to me, I'm going to do it to them. When asked, do what, she reportedly replied, kill them all. She also told investigators she didn't call 911. She called the devil. She told detectives her children were with the devil. She went on to tell them they're dead. When asked what she meant by what she said, she replied, you can't take me without me taking you. It's unclear what may have pushed her to this point, but investigators searched her home in Porter, but haven't released what, if anything, was found. One car was towed, but digging into her past, Orninda has a criminal record, including arrests for DUI, drug possession, and reckless driving. And nearly 12 years ago, she appeared on the reality TV show Paternity Court, trying to learn who fathered her oldest child. Neither of the men tested turned out to be the father. Now she sits behind bars, accused of something far more serious.
And that was Anna Ruiz reporting. Child Protective Services confirmed they had one prior interaction with this mother, but they couldn't release details due to confidentiality.
Tragedy. Anything can trigger the brain into a false reality. Her heart was to find the father of this baby, the dad. Her heart knew that the guy, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. But she was trying to find peace within because she really thought that this was the baby's daddy. That's what she was thinking in her mind. And was faithfully loyal to that decision. Now, when you're dealing with DNA, sorry to say, but 99% of everybody in the United States have the same DNA because of their diet. So if they say 98%, because of your diet, it's not telling you what type of DNA test that they're taking, huh? They took your blood, but they didn't test your blood. They test your DNA. You might not even have, as a matter of fact, as the woman, she don't even have the Y cortisone, and majority of the brothers in the United States does not have the Y cortisone. So how you gonna do a DNA test and you're searching for that Y? Why ask why? Why ask why? So it's more of a look, lady, you wrong, but I understand why you did what you did, and that's I'm out of that. I understand why you did what you did, even though you're wrong. How I understand because when you're possessed, it's not you. That's the only reason why I understand. Ain't no condoning, ain't no having back. Fry her tail, fry her. Put her in the air fryer and fry her if that's what it have to take because you did them to them babies and you was conscious enough. You was conscious, but what you gave into took over you. So you knew what you was doing, but you didn't have control. And the only way that could implement if you bring that into you. You talking about they gonna get you? So would you have demons? I'm not gonna condone none of that. So toodaloo, toot tookie coo. I'm gonna tell the truth, nothing but truth, nothing but truth. So help me, truth. I'm gonna tell it. Hmm? I'm gonna tell it. That's crazy. Them children did. I can't say that them children did deserve that. Not the pretty brown babies. No, no, mm, no. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to Bear Newsology. Well, I'm bringing the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me, truth. And we're gonna stay tuned next.